Right now on Nightside, tomorrow the first games will be played at the brand new Spokane Stadium. And tonight we're getting a first look at the brand new facility.
The showers are tapering off for now, but for how long? I'll tell you about more cool, wet weather in the first alert forecast.
And after weeks of no-shows and an unqualified superintendent, the progress that was finally made tonight at the West Bonner School District. You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside. Well, progress was finally made tonight at the West Bonner School District. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Natalie Grant. Kirsten has the night off. The West Bonner School Board finally had enough members tonight to hold this meeting. All 3 remaining school board members had to be in attendance for the members to meet and act on agenda items. And last week, 1 trustee didn't show up. New on Nightside, Ron Yakor was in Priest River and shares what the school board accomplished and the status of the superintendent who isn't qualified to lead the district.
Despite his resignation, the school board chair tells me today that Brandon Durst is still the superintendent of the West Bonner School District. His future was supposed to be discussed in an executive session today. That did not happen, but she says they have made small steps in the future for this district. On Wednesday, a sigh of relief for parents.
I was really concerned that they weren't even going to do the meeting today.
With both board chair Keith Rutledge and vice chair Susan Brown recalled, all 3 remaining board members have to be present according to state code.
They called your name. Troy. Here.
In less than half an hour, the school board finally made progress, declaring a vacancy for the 2 open positions and finalizing contracts for teachers, which up until now hadn't been approved for this school year.
We really need to start moving forward with everything that's been going on. So the fact that he was able to call in, we were able to continue with the meeting was great.
Superintendent Brandon Durst was in attendance. On Monday, Durst announced that he was seeking a, quote, amicable and fair exit as superintendent, serving until the board made a decision.
You know, we were going to have our discussions, but it had to be all 3 of us had to be there. And I don't know what that outcome would have looked like.
As of now, Durst is still the superintendent. As for his future, that's a discussion for next time.
I don't know if this is the normal or kind of, you know, the way it's supposed to go, but it seems odd.
The next regularly scheduled board meeting is set for October 18th. Of course, we'll continue to keep you updated on the future of the West Bonner School District right here on KXLY and on our website at kxly.com. In Priest River, I'm Ron Yakor, 4 News Now.
Thanks, Rania. Election Day is quickly approaching, and that's why we're teaming up with the Spokane Rotary Club to bring you a series of debates so you're informed as you head to the polls this year. The next debate is coming up tomorrow between Mayor Nadine Woodward and candidate Lisa Brown. You can stream it on KXLY Plus online or on your connected TV. That's starting tomorrow at noon. Well, definitely are feeling those cool fall temperatures today as we skip into the fall season here. Chris Crocker is in with our first check of our forecast. Chris, some rain coming down today.
We had rain today and very cool weather, and there's more of the same. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. We're going to be dry overnight, but it is going to be very cool Thursday morning. In fact, the potential to be one of our coolest mornings, if not the coolest morning of the season so far in some spots. The showers will return by afternoon. We are going to be drying out for the weekend for the most part. It is not a slam dunk, but here's a look at our satellite and radar right now. We do still have a few lingering showers in northern Bonner County as well as in the central panhandle. Those are moving off to the east, and we will be dry overnight. Temperatures are dropping quickly. It is 51 in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. We're already in the 40s in Colville, Bonners Ferry, and Sandpoint. It's 50 right now in Pullman. We're headed down to overnight lows around the region in the 30s and 40s. 42 in Spokane would be our coolest reading since mid-June. 47 in Coeur d'Alene, 37 in Deer Park. Here's a look now at your planner for tomorrow. We're heading up to a high of 60. 69 is our average high. Best chance of showers will be in the afternoon, and we could see some lingering sprinkles even into the evening. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast and tell you about that dry weekend on the way in just a few minutes. Natalie?
Well, an elk family who lost everything in the Oregon Road fire has now been reunited with their dog after he ran away during the chaos of evacuations. The dog, named Ezra, who you just saw there, was wandering in the woods near Elk for more than a month before he was tracked down. A community that lost everything stepping up to bring him home. For 36 days, people online had been sharing sightings and photos of a big, fluffy dog wandering near the woods there. This gave Leland and Soledad Long, the owners of this dog, hope that their 8-year-old dog would make his way home okay. They searched and searched until one day they got a call that their Ezra had been spotted a couple miles away from where their home once stood. And when they arrived, they called his name and he came running.
People were calling us saying, oh, we saw him there, and sending us pictures that they took of him. So we knew that he was still alive, and we kept driving around looking for him, but we never did find him. My wife was just crying, and she was so happy. She was just, crying over when she saw him.
Now, since that emotional return last week, Ezra has been staying with a local animal advocate named Freddie B, who has helped in the search for Ezra. The Long family is staying in a hotel until they're able to be back at home again. Now, Ezra lost about 70 pounds during his time in the woods, but his family says he's in good spirits and expected to be okay. The Washington Department of Transportation crews are replacing approximately 2,000 feet of burned guardrail along I-90 this month to restore what was destroyed by the Gray Fire. WashDOT says it's necessary to do this before the winter kicks in. Now, living in Medical Lake community, Todd Miner says there are still many people in desperate need right now. Miner says that it's encouraging to hear about the restoration plan for the whole community.
Oh, I think it's great that they're restoring it. I mean, those are important safety aspects that we need for our highways and roads. So,
WashDOT says the goal is to improve safety for drivers on the road by replacing those burned guardrails, fences, posts, and trees. The repair project is expected to continue through the end of October. Well, that excitement you hear right there is the reaction of the Shadle Park girls soccer team when the girls got a sneak peek inside the locker rooms at the new One Spokane Stadium. Shadle Park will be playing the first game at that new stadium coming up tomorrow. And coming up later in sports, we'll hear from this team as they get ready to make history on that field. As you just saw there, soccer teams and high school football teams will be playing on that brand new bright green turf at One Spokane. Turf is getting a lot of attention these days, in part because of Aaron Rodgers' injury earlier this month. And according to Spokane Public Schools, the turf you see laid here is not exactly like the one that you're used to seeing. They say there are 3 different layers that are used to create the safest field.
So there's 3 different surfaces, and that's all to generate safety for concussions and things like that. It's also to aid in the length of the turf.
Now, and athletic trainers are also working with students to combat any potential risks that come with playing on this type of field. And if you missed our special report that was dedicated to the new One Spokane Stadium and what you can expect when you head out to a game, you can catch our full half-an-hour report up on our website, KXLY.com. Still to come tonight on Nightside, a new warning about buying drugs used for weight loss, with illegal websites promising discounts and alternative medications. Plus, Coeur d'Alene police are hoping to reduce crime downtown by adding more officers on the streets. How the plan is working, coming up next on 4 News Now.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app. 4 News Now is brought to you by Adams Tractor.
Thank you for getting groceries, Mika.
Of course. Happy to help. Will Medicare cover any of these bills?
I thought it would, but it doesn't.
We'll get through this. I will always be here for you.
I know. But what about you? I don't ever want you to be in this situation.
Don't worry, Dad. With WA Cares, I'm earning long-term care benefits with each paycheck. That money will be there when I need it.
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
Pop the champagne, humanity. We've done it.
Celebrate your night with big winners, shocking thrills, and living legends.
No, I've always thought of you as Dave Jr.
Oh, every hair on my body is standing up right now.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC.
Backyard barbecues, family gatherings, now is the best time to visit Jacobs Custom Living. New furniture has arrived and Jacobs really has the largest and most varied inventory ever. Comfortable lounge furniture, elegant outdoor dinner sets, umbrellas, and much more. Hurry in and experience for yourself the high-quality outdoor furniture at Jacobs Custom Living that will make your deck, patio, or cabin a wonderful place for gatherings all summer long. On Sprague, just east of Sullivan.
ABC's World News Tonight at 4 News Now, when the local story is national news.
When national stories hit home, watch ABC World News Tonight at 5:30.
And 4 News Now at 6. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
I'm Chad Young from theeasyhomebuyer.com, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's easiest way to sell your house fast. If you have a few moments, I hope you'll give me the opportunity to make you an instant cash offer on your home. With theeasyhomebuyer.com, we will buy your house in as-is condition with no repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. To get your no-obligation cash offer, give us a call or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
4 News Now is brought to you by P1FCU.
Thanks for staying up with us on Nightside. You may have noticed more police officers walking around downtown Coeur d'Alene. The officers are part of a task force that's aimed at reducing crime and thefts in the downtown area. Now, this is the first summer that these 5 officers have been a part of this patrol. The police department says it's a seasonal program and they're planning to keep it. Here's how it works. 5 officers patrol the downtown area, either by car or by foot. They speak with local businesses and people downtown, making their presence known. Officers say building these relationships with the community is what has helped reduce calls for service by almost 400 less calls for help this summer compared to last.
They were able to tell us what problems they had, and we could specifically get ahead of problems that were brought to our attention.
Now, this Friday is the last day for these patrols, but they'll be back next summer to continue to promote safety in the downtown area. Well, 250. That's how many positions Washington State Patrol says they are still trying to fill. For the first time in WSP history, it'll be looking into experienced law enforcement officers to fill many of those spots. A new law helped fund multiple courses over the next 2 years to train these new hires. WSP hopes to have 40 officers in its first class set to begin next March. The WSP is also offering a $20,000 hiring bonus for experienced officers. New cadets get a $10,000 bonus.
It was chilly today, 57 degrees, the high more than 10 degrees below our average. And this is almost hard to fathom. This time last year on this day, we were at 90 degrees. That was a record for the day. It was also the very latest we've ever hit 90 degrees. I don't think we're going to hit it any later than that this year. 47 is where we started the day. 21 hundredths, 2 tenths of an inch plus at the airport in Spokane. Not bad. We're still running more than 2.5 inches below average, but we may add to that a bit tomorrow. It's looking less likely that we'll have any measurable rain in the morning, but then we have that opportunity in the afternoon that will begin tapering off tomorrow evening. Here's a look at our forecast radar, starting off at our current time with dry conditions overnight. Still the possibility of a hit and miss sprinkle. 6 a.m. Plenty of clouds, possibly some patchy fog, but should be staying dry until we get into the afternoon. And we'll start to see those showers developing around the region. May impact the games at the One Spokane Stadium, but they're prepared for rain. 11 o'clock tomorrow night, we'll see those moving out again to the east, but there's another chance of showers on the way for Friday. High temperatures tomorrow running below average. Will be in the 50s through the panhandle of Idaho. Temperatures in the 60s elsewhere, but we would more likely be in the 60s and 70s if we were running around average, but there's no sign of average temperatures in the 7-day forecast. Some showers possible Friday. Only a slight chance Saturday, and right now it looks like Sunday will not only be our driest day, but our warmest. But 63 is still on the cool side. More shower chances coming in next week I'll be back in just a few minutes with some Wildlife Wednesday photos, Natalie.
Can't wait to see them. Thanks, Chris. Well, it's been 2 years since a truck crashed into the Dutch Bros on South Freya Street in Spokane. And today, the coffee stand was finally able to reopen. The grand opening was a for sure party, and there were loud music, balloons, streamers, and of course coffee. An employee even stood out front with a sign saying honk if you love Dutch Bros. So of course the sounds of honking could be heard at all times there. The owner's daughter, who was working the day of the crash 2 years ago, flew in from Boise to join in on the fun.
But it's been fun seeing like all my old coworkers. Like one of my best friends is in there working, and so that's really fun and exciting. But I just kind of wanted to be here for this day because I was at the original grand opening before, at the OG building. So it's kind of sentimental.
It's awesome she could be there. And customers shared that same excitement. Some said that they've been waiting for this to come back ever since the rebuilding process began. Well, in our health coverage tonight, a new warning about buying drugs used for weight loss, with illegal websites promising discounts and alternative medicines. ABC's Becky Worley has more on the potential risks and what you need to know.
Websites like these promise deals on the popular drugs used for weight loss like Ozempic, Wegovy, and Mounjaro. But experts tell GMA they have no way of knowing what's actually in the medications that many of these sites are selling.
Even if you assume that the medication is the correct substance, if this is not processed correctly and it's not sterile, there's infectious concerns. People really have to be careful because this leap of faith of ordering something that you are self-injecting at home is a big problem. I personally would not expose myself to that risk.
Dr. Al Carter of the National Association of Boards of Pharmacy, who's in charge of overseeing online pharmacies, says many websites selling drugs for weight loss appear to be operating illegally by not requiring a prescription and operating without a license.
There are around 30 to 35,000 pharmacies that are acting illegally. Yes, and our digital health team finds on any given day around 20 pharmacies, new pharmacies, that are operating illegally.
This looks so professional.
Right. It looks totally like the legitimate one.
In a matter of minutes, Justin Macy at the Boards of Pharmacy finds websites posing as pharmacies, which he says are illegal. Like this website that has pictures with unique U.S. drug identification numbers, but claims that it ships out of Canada, which is against the law and a clear red flag.
Where to buy Wegovy in Canada. We come down here, again, and we see these identification numbers. These are U.S. markings on these products.
But your layperson wouldn't know that. And shows how they are promoting brand name versions of the drugs.
The reason, by the way, that this looks so legitimate is because this is the actual Wegovy website.
Oh, they totally ripped it off.
They just totally ripped off the manufacturer's website.
Other unlicensed websites promise a compounded version. Dr. Constantino Spaniola says many of his patients are eager to get these medications, and some are turning to these sites.
There's a huge percent of the population who is looking for these medications with limited access, whether we said it's from insurance or availability. Patients are trying to get the medications ordered online, but people have to be very careful.
Now, the FDA says it is risky and potentially dangerous to purchase prescription drugs on the internet or from unregulated, unlicensed sources without a prescription. FDA-approved prescription drugs should be obtained only with a valid prescription and used under prescriber's supervision or based on their direction. How can you figure out if the pharmacy you're looking at online is legitimate or fraudulent?
Being able to fill a prescription without a prescription should be a clear red flag to any patient. But it's still difficult because some of these are really good.
Still to come, a bicyclist struck and killed in Tacoma. Why police say it was a targeted attack. Next on Nightside.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
What if you could whiten your teeth by simply brushing your teeth? Now you can with Smile Actives, the teeth whitening breakthrough that safely gets your teeth white and keeps them white every day just by brushing your teeth.
I never thought that whitening my teeth could be so easy. I just put the gel on the brush, the toothpaste on it, brush, and I can see my white teeth.
Simply add Smile Actives to any toothpaste and our patented PolyClean technology activates into a powerful microfoam that penetrates into the enamel surface to safely lift and remove stains.
You need a simple way to whiten your
teeth without strips, without trays, without going to the dentist. And it was about time that a product was developed that you would be able to do that with just brushing.
And now Smile Actives is even better with new Pro Whitening Gel with 33% greater whitening power, clinically shown to whiten teeth faster, up to 8 shades. 100% of users saw whiter teeth. On food stains, coffee and wine stains, even on veneers, crowns, and dentures.
I eat the blueberries, I drink the coffee, and I know that Smile Actives will keep my teeth white every day.
If you could use something so easy like Smile Actives to take yellow teeth to white teeth, why wouldn't you?
Why spend hundreds of dollars for whitening treatments at the dentist when now you can whiten your teeth with new Smile Actives Pro Whitening Gel every time you brush your teeth? Call or go to smileactives.com and for a limited time get new Pro Whitening Gel for just $24.95. Order in the next 5 minutes and buy one, get one absolutely free for just $24.95. That's 2 for 1 and save 58%. We'll even include free shipping. Get your teeth whiter guaranteed or return it within 60 days for your money back.
I smile every day now.
The difference is literally night and day.
So now I'm always smiling, always choosing, because now my teeth are much whiter.
This offer is not available in stores, so call or click now before the special buy one, get one free offer goes away.
4 News Now is brought to you by Sandpoint Furniture Carpet One.
It's Wildlife Wednesday time. I've got some great ones for you tonight. Let's start off with this photo from Dawn Best. She says she was photographing this mama moose and her twins and thinking, oh boy, what a great opportunity. And then this big old bull moose came and photobombed them. A beautiful family portrait and a rare sight to see the whole gang all together. Thank you so much, Dawn. Carol Ellis spotted these mule deer near Winthrop. She says they were the smaller of the bucks around, maybe even brothers. They don't look like they're quite ready to spar with the big boys, but they were getting their practice in on each other and really knocking the antlers there. Nora Jan, this is actually kind of sad, shared this photo of this male osprey staying behind. I guess the whole rest of the family packed up and migrated, and he is waiting for one last juvenile to be ready to make the trip. So that's the role of the male osprey. They stay behind while the rest of the gang goes, but hopefully we'll be going soon. Couldn't resist another moose. The rut is on, so the bulls are out, and Courtney Litwin captured this big boy, just gorgeous. And finally, from Mark Vogt, glad Mark is back from Alaska. He shared this photo of a young bull elk, not quite ready again to fight with the big boys, but he's taking it out on this tree as we get into the rut. He's practicing. It'll be his turn soon enough. And what a gorgeous, gorgeous photo. And it's a fun time of year in the wildlife world, Natalie.
Yeah, absolutely. Some amazing shots there. Thanks, Chris. Well, around the Northwest tonight, a bicyclist struck and killed in Tacoma is believed to be a targeted attack. A witness saw it and called 911, describing how the driver left the road, crossed the fog line, went over the curb, and headed straight towards the victim, a 51-year-old homeless man who was walking his bike.
It's shocking that someone would do that and have the heart to do that and then go like nothing happened. Innocent man is just walking along the street, and it could be any of us.
Now, the man did die on the side of that road, and sheriff's deputies are hoping that new video of the suspected vehicle will help in their search for the driver. Well, the Target store has been forced to close 9 stores across 4 states, 2 of those in the Seattle area. The company says that theft has made those locations unsafe. Maddie White has that story.
Does it surprise you, I guess?
No. Some of our friends have stolen from you.
This teenager told me a bunch of kids from his high school steal items from this Target.
I mean, it's easy. Like, they got a bunch of cameras, but they don't, like, It's not like they check the very minute.
It's shoplifting like this and what Target calls organized retail crime.
I'm not surprised
that they're citing for their decision to close the 2 Seattle stores.
There's definitely been like some vandalism.
In a press release, Target said, "We continue to face fundamental challenges to operating these stores safely," adding crime is threatening the safety of their team and guests. We reached out to Target for further comment but didn't hear back. The location in downtown Seattle will stay open.
That's an interesting one.
Even though it was targeted by a theft ring just a couple years ago.
I think it's maybe more of like a touristy thing. I don't know.
But at the Ballard location, SPD data we obtained does show elevated levels of theft and organized retail crime in 2022, but numbers so far this year are far below those totals. Regardless, disappointed customers said they depend on the convenience of these locations.
So I'm quite happy with the Target.
This UW graduate student is sad his University District location will also shut down for good.
I'm here for my eggs, milk, vegetables, everything I get over here.
The stores will close October 21st.
Well, coming up next in sports, the Shadle Park girls soccer team got an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the new One Spokane Stadium. We caught up with some of the players as they become the first to play at that new facility. It's coming up next.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Washington Trust Bank.
It just takes one great idea to change your life.
Working hard to get my fill.
I'm trying to build a legacy for my family.
Paying anything to roll the dice.
I knew I was going to cry right now.
I'm going to make you an offer.
I've never seen anything like this on Shark Tank.
I totally believe in you.
You've got 4 days, and 4 days only to save like never before. During the 4-day super sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 days to save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, plus no interest until January 2028. But hurry, the 4-day super sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Your whole health is more than what you find at the doctor's office, because it's all around you. The food you eat, what makes you happy, and what keeps you up at night. The place you call home. It's why we created a health insurance company that considers so much more. WellPoint, your whole health is our whole point.
Discover fall in Coeur d'Alene. Experience the hidden treasure of autumn in our serene lakeside town. As the lively energy of summer subsides, the town embraces the tranquility of fall. Guests can unwind and find solace by the glistening lake. See for yourself why fall is Coeur d'Alene's best-kept secret. Book your fall foliage lake cruise overnight package now and make memories that will warm your heart for years to come.
At Denver Mattress, we're all about that sleep life. And during the 4-day super sale, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, plus no interest until 2028 and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Well, the first games at the One Spokane Stadium will be played tomorrow. The Shadle Park girls soccer team will be taking on Pullman at 4 o'clock, and sports director Julian Minnesone caught up with some of those players as they get ready to make history.
You've been able to take it all in. What do you think of One Spokane Stadium?
It's really cool. It's special. It's like, it feels like such like a good opportunity for us, and it I don't know, it feels really special to be the first players to play here.
Yeah. The last few years, though, you guys have played at your own stadium. Mm-hmm. What does it mean to have a home that you guys are going to have your home games now? This is all yours.
It feels really cool. It's really heartwarming, to be completely honest. It's super nice because it actually means people might come and watch us, because we've been playing at Dwight Merkle and not a lot of people come to our games, and hopefully now that we have a stadium, people will actually want to come out and watch us play.
And you guys are also going to be sharing the stadium with the USL team, so soccer is rising and growing here in this area. What does it mean to see the sport growing here in the Inland Northwest?
I'm super excited. I think it's going to make a big difference. I think we're going to get a lot more people showing up.
Yeah, I think it'll get a lot more people in the community to like care about soccer and get more people like comfortable with the sport, because not a lot of people know soccer. So
what's impressed you the most? Because we toured the whole facility, the locker rooms, the seats, the tunnel. What's been your favorite part about kind of touring the stadium for the first time here?
The tunnel. To the walkout.
Yeah.
It's the excitement.
Yeah, definitely the tunnel. We walked out of it and it just felt real.
And you guys also have a message, right?
Oh yeah.
What's the message for your student body there at Shadle?
Get the student section.
Come to our game, come support. Show up. It's the first game ever. We just need you there.
Well, you heard them. Show up for sure. And One Spokane Stadium will be home for many high school football teams in our area as well. Alex Crescenti caught up with the Rogers Pirates ahead of their first game at the stadium, which is coming up on Friday.
When we were a sophomore, they were talking about it, but it was just a rumor, and then to see that it's actually getting done now and we actually get to play on it this Friday against Shadle would be pretty excited.
For the Rogers seniors, this moment is a long time coming. They began their careers with a COVID-shortened season, and none of them experienced the charm that was once Joe Albee Stadium. But now, stepping onto that pristine turf of One Spokane is a game changer.
The cuts and everything are just so much smoother, and it just feels great to run on turf.
It's like softer and like your cleats just stick and go everywhere to it.
I'm probably not going to roll my ankle every game, so that'd be nice.
Is that a problem out here?
Yeah, it's a problem out in these fields because there's kind of holes everywhere, so you roll your ankle a lot.
While the players are plenty excited to be one of the first teams to take the new field, it's the job of head coach Ryan Cole to make sure his team is focused on the mission at hand.
The Highlanders. That's our focus. That's what that's our objective this week. So regardless of where we're playing and the conditions, I think it's supposed to be decent out. But if it's raining, if it started snowing, it doesn't matter. We're going to line up and play football.
And those players have one expectation when they leave the stadium Friday night.
For it to be packed and for us to go 5-0.
We're going home 5-0.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
What I want people to know about Numerica's involvement is that it's genuine.
I work at a company that supports the community because we're a part of it.
It's important to give back to the community you live in.
We are truly here to help, and we're passionate about it.
With every load secured, every cigarette butt that doesn't go out the window, every fast food bag that arrives at its proper destination, and every time we politely say, hey, there's a better place for that, Washington gets a little cleaner, a little safer, a little more breathtaking. Because small choices add up to a home we can all be proud of. We keep Washington litter-free.
So if we spend a third of our lives sleeping, shouldn't we try to get the best sleep possible? That's why Denver Mattress is all about that sleep life. And during the 4-day super sale, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every 1,000 you spend. Or save up to $200 on our Doctor's Choice lineup. Any size, any model. Plus, no interest until 2028 and free shipping. Improve your sleep life one night at a time. Only at Denver Mattress. The easiest way to get the right mattress.
Pictures on my phone, like everything is so fine. Little bit of sunshine.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Your 7-day forecast does include more rain, but I feel like today was probably the wettest day of the forecast. And tomorrow, some showers in the afternoon and evening, but it will not be quite as wet and windy as it was today. Still wind gusts in the 20-mile-per-hour range.
Yeah, definitely a rainy day today. I was up in Elk. I was doing a story, and I got absolutely poured on up there. I was like, oh my gosh.
Well, and then when we saw your story about the dog, we poured tears.
Exactly. It all
so
came together.
sweet.
But yeah, hoping for a little less rain here in the 7-day for sure. Thanks, Chris. Well, that's all for Nightside on 4 News Now. To get updates as they happen, make sure to download our app on your phone. We'll see you tomorrow.